I don't know how many times it's going to take me to remember that when I make notes for my videos on an app that's on my phone, that I also record my videos on my phone. So I can't use the bloody app to read it off whilst I'm filming. So I've just spent like 10 minutes writing it all down, and I'm really pissed now, and the cats are just being, well, they're being very sweet but kind of, you know, nosy, and I'm worried they're going to make noise and knock shit over, and I kind of want to make this one take video because people keep telling me that they're fine, unedited. I don't believe them, but it's like, I don't know, it just makes it a lot easier for me to post if I can manage to just post it without editing, because that means I can just post it straight away and not just let it sit on my hard drive for God knows how long. I just had to check it was recording. I'm like really paranoid. I'm so out of practice with filming. So yeah, and I don't know why my hair looks like ginger, or you might say red. I don't, like, I say ginger hair, but it almost looks red. I'm not sure why that's happening. That's not what my hair looks like in real life. Maybe it's the appalling setup I've got. I'm in this room because my other half's asleep because it's like 2 AM, so I can't film in the bedroom. I don't know where to film in this house, in this flat, so I've propped myself up here. I'm not loving it. I feel like it almost looks like I've got some sort of weird lens on. I don't know, I'm not very happy about it. But anyway, I wanted to make a video. I just felt like filming. I don't know why, I just kind of felt like trying to do something positive for myself, and depending on how much I've posted, but I know I've posted some videos talking about my current situation, about the fact that I'm in a bubble, and if I try to explain what I mean by a bubble, it's when I go into like a specifically, no, not specifically, an especially bad bout of depression, anxiety and panic, which is a lot more extreme than my everyday version of those things. So stop playing with the light, buddy. No, he's even on the screen. You can't even see him. You can't even see what the cheeky monkey's doing. There's a light with a pulley thing and he bops it. Yeah. What was I saying? You see, this is the problem with the unedited videos, is that I can't like go back and, you know, figure out what the hell I was talking about. What was I talking about? I'm gonna pause it now. I was talking about bubbles, and I can't pause it all the way through because I've said this many times, but it fucks up the audio and the video if I pause it loads of times. Yeah. So I kind of explained what a bubble was. I am currently in the longest one I've been in. I don't even know how long. I would estimate a year. It's been a year since I've been in one this long, and I am a very unhappy bunny about this. But the weird thing is, the phrase "time flies when you're having fun" is painfully true at the moment, because I'm having the exact opposite of fun, and time seems to just be going on forever. Every day feels like it's 48 hours long. It's so fucking horrible. I'm going to look at my notes so I don't go too much off track. Oh, that's right. Okay, my bubble has actually gone on for 1 month today. Don't ask me how I know this. I have ways. I remember the day it started, and I happened to buy something from a specific shop so I could go look at the receipt. Yes, now I've gone and told you anyway. Because I was interested to know if I was imagining like the length of time that it had gone on and whether I was overestimating, and it turns out I was by quite a lot. I thought it was at a minimum 6 weeks, and I was guessing 2 months. So that's kind of weird to think that, you know, I genuinely believe that I felt this bad for 2 whole months. and it's actually been 1. I don't like that. I don't like that your mind can do that to you, make you feel like that, even though I know that it can make you feel all horrible things. It's really weird when it fucks with time. So I guess I should see that as a positive thing, because it's a shorter amount of time. They're making so much noise. Stop it! God! Oh my god. Oh god. I wonder if you can see. It's really funny. You can't see. Can you see him up there? Look. Look how the light's bouncing on his face. That's hilarious. Sorry, I'm going to have totally fucked up my filming angle now, but it was worth it for me. I'm so selfish. Yeah, okay, so I don't. Oh god, I've just ripped my own nail. Ouch. Yeah, sorry I look like a bag of shit. I'm in my pyjamas. That's just what's happening. It is night time. I do get dressed in the day, so that's a thumbs up for a start. This is going to be a video of, like, achievements that I've had to dig really deep to find, that I've managed to accomplish over the past week or so. I'm really sorry about the noise. It's just I can't pause it to sort them out. I just can't, because it will fuck up the sound and then I'll never post this. Yeah. So I just wanted to film it because I'm having such a bad time, and I thought, well, I want to document, like, what I can still do during these terrible bubbles, you know, so that hopefully if this one ends, I can look back on it, on this video, and go, hey, look, you've been here before and you still did stuff, and look at the stuff you did, and look, it finished, it ended, you know, you went back to your normal kind of fucked up, and, you know. So that's my reason for making my video tonight. Unfortunately, it's 7 minutes long already, which already makes me go, no, this is never going to get published, ever, because that's just too long already. So, my number 1 achievement. The reason I'm being weird about it is because it's kind of like, it's only just happened today. So, I decided to stop smoking. I'm not sure if I've mentioned it in a video or not, but I picked up smoking again when my nan passed away. And it's actually only been 2 months since she passed away, which is super, super weird because it feels like so much longer. It feels like at least 3 or 4. It's really weird to think that I was on a plane this time 2 months ago. I'm just like, I'm very confused about that. So I've been smoking since she passed away because it was like a stress response to the grief I just did. And yeah, when I realised it had been 2 months, I was like, hey now, we never planned to smoke for 2 months, Jess. You know, I was like going to buy 1 packet of cigarettes and just have the odd one, and that turned into more. But the whole time, I'm not trying to make excuses, I know smoking is a terrible thing for your health, but I don't judge other people. Like, okay, I'm not going to get into a debate about smoking because this could go on forever. All I'm saying is I don't judge anyone else for smoking, but I'm acutely aware of the risks involved, so if I'm going to smoke, I know what I'm doing to myself, and yeah, that's that. And that's also the reason why I want to not smoke. So, today I had a last cigarette out of the packet, and I was like, okay, this is kind of like a final cigarette, and because it's like a 2 month mark, and because I think we might know by now I'm a little bit obsessed with numbers, it kind of sits quite nicely in my brain to stop at 2 months. It just does. So I can't really give a thumbs up because I was only smoking 1 cigarette a day. So I've had my cigarette today. I haven't, like, tomorrow hasn't happened yet. So, you know, I can't really say how it's going to go, because there's always the chance that I'm going to somehow decide that I want to carry on for some random reason, because I'm clearly not addicted, because I never was addicted to smoking. I'm one of those weird people that could just stop. because they started to taste horrible to me, and they have actually started tasting bad. So that's kind of a good sign, because it means that I think my body's kind of almost signalling, you know, going, hey, let's not do this anymore. So it's going to be really weird having coffee tomorrow morning without my cigarette. I'm going to see how that goes. What else have I done? I'm looking at my list, just so you don't think I'm just kind of, I don't know, nodding off. I booked tickets to Buffer Festival, which is a YouTube festival. Well, it's not really, it's not, I don't know why it's called a festival, because that makes me think of tents and fields and things, and I went to a lot when I was younger. I don't need to do that anymore. It's like a convention, you know, like VidCon, but tiny, and in Toronto. So, I mean, we live like downtown, so it's so close by. I mean, it's like one bus ride away for like, what, 10, 15 minutes? It's ridiculous. So the tickets were really, really reasonable. So my other half talked me into, well, not talked me into, I was the one like, oh my god, I want to go, but I don't think I can. Like, what if I'm sick? What if I'm too anxious? What if I can't do it? And he managed to convince me that we should just buy the tickets anyway, and then what will be, you know. Like, I can't tell what I'm going to feel like in October, because it's gonna be in October. So yeah, we've got tickets to see some YouTubers, and I'm terrified and excited at the same time, and it was really weird, but I do like to have things to look forward to. Right now I couldn't go, you know, I could not go and sit in a theatre and watch some sort of screening or panel or event, you know, I just couldn't at all. So I don't really like thinking about it too much at the moment, because it kind of puts me off. But yeah, so that's the thing, you know, I bought myself something fun to do, or I planned something fun to do in the not so distant future, which will be a really big deal for me if I can go, and even if I don't make it to all the things, because the tickets came in batches, so there's actually 6 events that we've kind of picked to go to, but honestly, in my heart, I kind of don't think I'm going to make it to 6 different things. But even if I went to one of them, it would be an achievement. So, and like I said, the tickets were, I mean, they're super, super reasonable. Yeah, we decided it was well worth the cost to give it a go, especially seeing as it's something I want to do so much. So you, I think, know how much I love YouTube, so it would kind of be, and it was on last year. Last year was the first year it happened, and I was so upset that I didn't go, because I didn't actually know it was going on until it was happening, and then it was too late to go. But even if I could have got tickets like right on the day, I wouldn't have been able to, because I would have been way too anxious. I could not. I hadn't even started my YouTube channel back then. So if you went and watched my first video or my second video, like on this channel, you'll see that I can't even go and sit in a coffee shop. So I would definitely not be able to go to a YouTube convention. I definitely wouldn't have been able to. Okay, let's just pretend that everything I say is going to be, you know, well, not pretend, it is messed up. Everything I'm saying is going to be messed up, and I'm going to stop trying to correct myself and hope that you just know what I mean, because I'm not going to start repeating myself, because then I really will have to edit it. Stop saying edit! Okay. The next thing I did was I had a really scary phone call, which was about I posted a video ages ago about maybe starting a course of DBT, which is, I'm going to say this so wrong, dialectal behavioural therapy, something like that. Anyway, it's done through a hospital here, like a health place. I don't like calling it a hospital. Yeah, so I actually finally got a phone interview to go on this course, because it's so popular and there's so many people that want to do it, and there's not enough space. So they have to really narrow it down to the people they think need the help most. So I finally got that phone call saying, okay, we're going to call you back, and it's going to take 45 minutes and you have to answer loads of questions. And I managed to do that, I think it was about a week ago. Oh my goodness. I didn't cry, but I told the woman on the phone because I thought, well, she's clearly going to be used to speaking to people in my situation if this is her job, like to run this kind of group. So yeah, I was like, I'm shitting myself. I'm having a terrible time, blah blah blah. But she was really nice, so it actually went okay. But so yeah, thumbs up. I'm going to try and hurry this up a little bit. Today I managed to go to therapy alone because, like I said, I'm in like the worst bubble I've been in for such a long time, and that includes, unfortunately, my agoraphobia returning in certain situations. Meaning that I have gone back to certain safety behaviours to cope with it, which means getting my other half to take me places and to appointments and things, which I used to do all the time. I mean, I had to. I couldn't go to appointments on my own. So, yeah, it's not 100% agoraphobia. I can leave the house. It just depends on the situation, and it doesn't mean the agoraphobic feelings aren't there. It's fucking terrifying. I'm having panic attacks left, right and centre. It's horrible. So, going to therapy by myself today was a big deal because I had to have my other half go with me last week, and he had to take me to an appointment to do with my feet to get orthotics. That was going to sound really weird. I've got something wrong with my feet. Well, I have got something wrong with my feet. He's had to take me a lot of places, and it really fucking sucks, and I hate doing that. And then I went for groceries afterwards, just a few, and the whole time I was in there, I was like having a semi-panic attack the whole time. Oh god, it was so horrible. Like, by the time I got home, I was just a heap of crying. It was no good, but I somehow did it, and I am living to tell the tale. I don't even like thinking about it, you know, like the memory. I don't like thinking about feeling that way. The next thing, I might have to read off the paper because for some reason I've managed to write like 6 lines for one thing. Great, Jess. Great. If you can hear that, I'm really sorry. I can hear the cat in the litter box. Oh, this is going to be the worst video ever. And that was a really annoying voice. Okay. Letting people help me whilst I'm feeling extremely unwell with panic, anxiety, depression, and the return of the agoraphobic feelings. And being vulnerable, I can never say that word, being vulnerable, yeah, and letting people see me being like that is really difficult. And when I say people, I mean anyone other than my healthcare team and the man shape. This basically centres around one friend who is in the next point on here, so I'm not quite sure how to proceed with the sentence, but she's been a really good friend to me. I don't want to get upset, I don't want to get really soppy either, because she might actually watch this. But just being vulnerable and actually essentially having a panic attack in front of someone, albeit not a kind of the worst kind that I've ever had, is a new experience for me in the respect that the way it was dealt with. So it was dealt with compassion. Was that a sentence? Did that make sense? And support and friendship, and it was not met with shock and horror and the person disappearing. That has happened before with my friends who clearly weren't or just couldn't deal with it. So it was a super weird experience, but I think healthy, because yeah, it's just it's really weird to be feeling that way in front of someone who isn't your doctor or your partner, and have them be so supportive and kind. It's like, it's really hard to accept that there's people out there like that. I'm not sure if I've just had really bad luck with friends and stuff, and it's not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. But yeah, that was a really massive part of my weekend, was still being social with people, whilst feeling this way. Normally I would not see anyone. Not in a million years. I would be like, I don't want anyone to see me like this. I don't want people to see me at my worst. I don't want to put that on them. I don't want them to feel worse from seeing me. I don't want them to get like depressed from seeing me in a mess. Like, just as in, if you're around someone who's ill, like, it might make you a bit sad or something. I don't know. I'm explaining that really, really badly, because that makes me sound like I don't know. That came out wrong. But I don't like making people feel bad. I don't like people feeling sorry for me or anything like that, and that isn't what it felt like. So it's a hard one to explain, so I'm gonna stop because I don't think I can. But I saw this friend on both days on the weekend, and the first day, you know, it was just nice. It was like she just came over to our place and we just watched TV and had tea and biscuits in a proper English kind of way. And it was nice, you know, and it was going okay, and I could kind of handle that level of social interaction because it was, you know, 3 people in my own home. But then we tried to go out to go to her place, and I completely freaked, and that's where a really horrible story comes in, but I don't want to go into it at the moment because it would take a really long time to tell. But basically, I got not much further than the end of our road and my arm went numb in that way that signals you might be about to have a panic attack, Jess. And I just kind of went, no, 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 not happening, want to go home. And we did. And therein lies the problem, because I have not done that for, I'm guessing, over a year. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's over a year since I let the fear beat me. All through CBT, I was taught to push through that feeling, as in go with the feeling. Even if you're going to have a panic attack, go with it and complete the task you set out to do. You don't turn around and run from that fear. And it's really weird to explain, because people have such different therapies and treatments that they will have been told to do exactly what I did and take themselves out of a situation which made them feel very uncomfortable and put themselves back in a safe feeling situation, which would presumably be your home or something. Whereas I was taught the opposite. I was kind of taught, you know, knuckle through it as hard as you can. You know, obviously there was a lot of times when I used to have to turn back, but that really shocked me that I turned back and came home. I was absolutely gutted, and I think I cried all night. I was so horrendously disappointed in myself and upset that I had let it get to that point. And I don't know why I'm saying let it, because it's not a fucking conscious thing that I'm letting happen to me. It's happening to me, and I don't know why. There's something biological going on. I don't fucking know. Now I'm getting really angry at myself. But as I know from previous experiences, if you do turn away and you go back to your safe place and you don't end up doing the thing you set out to do, the best thing you can do for yourself is to try again as soon as possible. So the very next day, we kind of recreated the situation, but in a slightly different way. So again, she came over and we just had lunch and again just watched TV and drank tea. I'm obsessed with tea. I think I might be thirsty. No, kitty, no. Yeah. So she came over again and we watched TV and had lunch, and then we were like, hey, should we try and go to your house again? Like, I think it might have been me instigating it, like being like, yeah, I really want to, because I want it to replace yesterday's horrible memory with a good one or a good experience, you know. We made it. So we went to her house, but we did take a different route, which isn't brilliant because I think it was the route that set me off, because there's a particular area near our house which is really, really busy and I hate it. But she had a really good way of putting it, which was something like, any progress is good progress. I'm pretty sure that isn't what she said. But it's that kind of thing. As in, anything at this point that I do towards getting to this goal is going to be good. It doesn't matter how many steps it takes me to get there, as long as I take one, you know. And it was totally my choice, if you know what I mean, to do it. So I think I felt more in control, whereas the day before I was kind of doing it to try and please people. Like, I was like, okay, everyone wants to go out and kind of go for a walk and I don't feel like I can cope with it, but I'm going to try anyway because that's what I'm supposed to do in my CBT trained mind. And I should have just said, I don't feel like I can handle this, and not go, but I didn't. So you could say it was a good thing that I tried, but I see it as a bad thing. I see it as I should have asserted what I was feeling and just said I don't feel up to going out, I'm just gonna, you know, not do it. So anywho, I made it the second time and we went and we saw a lovely, lovely dog. Oh my god, it's the cutest dog in the world. Yeah, and I'm gonna finish it there because I'm almost at half an hour and no one's gonna fucking watch this video because it's so fucking long. And that is actually the end of my achievement list anyway. I just didn't think it was gonna go on for that long. I was slightly distracted by the cats, to be honest. Yeah, so if I post this unedited, it'll be interesting, and I would say thank you very much for putting up with all this unedited, because it's even worse than the edited version, but hey, that's just the way it is. And yeah, I need to learn to not be so hung up on the details of videos and trying to make them a certain way and just let them happen as they happen. Yes, so thank you for watching, and there are more sleep week vlogs to come. I did film for the entire week, I just haven't edited the buggery things because they're really long. I'm trying to get them down to like a watchable length. Yeah, so anyway, I already said thank you and I'm just going to shut up. Yeah, okay, bye. Hope to see you very, very soon.